Hey, what's up? Welcome to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. This is your girl, Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports, and we got a lot to talk about. First of all, I want to introduce my guest co-host. I got Mr. Marshawn Powers here in studio with me, and I got Mr. Willie F.T. Jr., excuse me, I'm about to say senior, sorry about to got him on the microphone with me as well. Fellas, man, it has been a heck of a news day regarding the Cleveland Browns. Let's just go ahead and get into it. And the announcement was made today. It might have been foreshadowed. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. We thought it possibly could happen, but it is official. Case Keenum will be starting for Cleveland Browns tomorrow in lieu of Baker Mayfield, who is going to be getting some rest. Fellas, Willie said that we are in trouble. Marshawn said that we are not in trouble. Who wants to take it first, fellas? Who wants it first? Who wants it first?
We'll let Willie go.
No, I'll let you go.
Oh, why? Willie always want me to go first.
Because I have seniority.
All right, so basically, I feel like we're gonna be okay tomorrow. I mean, Case Keenum is one of the backups in the league where I feel like we'll be. I mean, he's good enough to step in and do what needs to be done in order for us to get a win. I think we'll be fine. You know, I think as long as the defense steps up tomorrow, I think we'll be okay. You know, I'm not expecting Case Keenum to come in and be Tom Brady-ish, but I feel like he has the capability to come in and, you know, throw for 3-4 touchdowns. He ain't a bad quarterback. I mean, this dude was with Stefanski in 2017 when they went 13-3. You know what I mean? Teddy Bridgewater blew his knee out. Sam Bradford got hurt halfway through the season. They didn't have a top running back. Their running back was Latavius Murray. No shade to Latavius Murray, but he wasn't really a Pro Bowl-ish quarterback. You know, I feel like we still got the receivers to get it done. You know, it's just up the defense. This is when we need our defense to step up the most. We need to get some turnovers. We need the safeties to be on point tomorrow. We need Myles Garrett to, you know, live up to that tombstone he put in his front yard and, you know, bury some graves tomorrow. Von Miller already said he want whoever's in front of him tomorrow, he's gonna kill him.
He don't even know the name of the person. He's just gonna kill him.
So
it don't even matter.
I need us to come through tomorrow with that same energy. I don't care how you get it done. No excuses. I don't want to hear it. Get it done. We got the coach of the year. You was named the coach of the year for a reason. This is the time where I need you to show me why we named you the coach of the year. Is it because you had a bunch of prominent players, good players on your team, and they helped get you that award? Or is it because you actually stepped up, got creative, and did what you're supposed to do as the head coach of the Cleveland Browns and pulled us through tough times?
How y'all doing out there today?
We hanging in there.
Cleveland, what's going on, Cleveland? Look, let me read this from our boy George B. And he says, and I quote, "We are not in trouble with Keenum. Both Stefanski and Keenum went to the NFC Championship together in his offensive scheme. This is a defense that needs to come through." Okay, so yeah, we had a text message exchange earlier in the day. Is that correct? Between the three of us.
Yes.
I did say that the Browns are in trouble. Did I not say that?
I agree with you. I did.
Okay, so let me just clarify for the young rookie there. What I meant to let me just say this: the Browns may not be in trouble for this game. They are going to be in trouble going forward, especially if Baker's not there. Nick, we already know is not going to be there. Kareem Hunt is not going to be there. They better bring back Ernest Biner or Kevin Mack or Brian Sipe
or what's his name? Jim Brown.
No, we can't bring back Jim Brown. That's cheating. That's a cheat code.
He's still fast on that cane.
Yeah, but no, that's a cheat code. We can't bring back Jim Brown. Can play in any era, but his skill set would not be admonished to the degree that we saw it, or those of us that were not around yet that we have seen through highlights. It wouldn't be accentuated the way that it is now. And I agree with you, Marshawn, my good friend, my little brother. I agree with you in the fact that Stefanski has to step up. I agree with you in the fact that this defense has to step up, and in particular with the amount of money that the Browns brass spent in the offseason. I do understand that. But there's this one thing out there that has no it is not affiliated with any person, player, coach, whatever. And that is the injury bug. And the way that the Browns have been bitten by the injury bug so far into week 6 of the 2021 season, with the diagnosis or the outlook for Baker being not good for the next 4 or 5 weeks, I'm sure of it. They're not going to hold him out just for this one game. Dude, he can't lift his arm over his head. We talked about this yesterday. And I don't know what kind of chemistry Case Keenum and OBJ are going to have, because
if OBJ plays, because he might not play. They like he got a grade 3 sprain, sprain.
I'm looking past this game. They should win this game because they're at home.
You gotta take it one game at a time. Well, you got to go 1-0.
But you had that. But the question was, do I think, or why do I think they're in trouble? So I'm answering the question. Okay. So
I'm giving you coach speak.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. And I'm sad, man, because I was looking forward to coming to Cleveland in December, getting chauffeured around by my family up there, to include Rachel and you, Marshawn, and going to this pizza place that you've been telling me about, this other place that you talked about that was, what was it, potato wedges? I don't like
JoJo's.
Yeah, that place. I was looking forward to coming up there and going to all these different places with y'all. I mean, really. So let me just say this to say this. Number one, I'm sad that the Browns are in trouble. Really. Number two, they are in trouble because of not particularly this game, but what awaits them. And we talked about the schedule that they have coming up. When is their bye week?
Oh, late in the season, like week 14.
Late in the season. See, that's another thing too. Teams are already starting to have their bye weeks. And if you would have to have made a choice between the Dallas Cowboys and Cleveland Browns with the bye week in week 7, I'm pretty sure the Browns would happily and readily accept that bye week now instead of later on in the season.
Bro, we got a mini bye week.
Yeah, 10 days.
We get 10 days off.
But this is the game this is not the game we Browns fans, some of us adopted, are worried about. This is not the game we should be worried about. We should win this game.
That is, because the way I'm looking at it, I don't know at this point. I mean, you down 2 tackles, you down your quarterback. I mean, you down both of your running backs, your 2 best backs in the league.
Let me ask you this: we say we down all those people, right?
But these are important people.
I get that.
Very important.
I get that.
VIPs.
But Kevin Stefanski, Andrew Berry, and others handpicked this 53-man roster.
Yes, correct.
So you should know that. You should handpick this roster with the thought that some of these guys can get hurt, knowing their injury history. So you should be able to, those other 30 guys on that team should be able to contribute to get a win. If not, why are you on this roster? Get out of here. I don't want you on my roster.
Marshawn is speaking from his emotions, man.
I'm not speaking from my emotions. I'm speaking from the simple fact that you get paid a job, do your job. If it's 53 men on the roster, I guess it's the military of you speaking, but I feel like if one man go down, another man step up and do his job.
Yeah, but they got to do their job if they step up.
But let me ask you a question, Marshawn, because number one, thank you for your service. Number two, I too was in the military. So if I am in lock and step with my squad, okay, and I am an expert in terms of my my rifle, my M16 ability. If I am an expert and I get shot, not necessarily killed, but just get shot and I'm out of commission, and the person behind me and the person in front of me are not experts, they're just marksmen. Yeah, you have to step up, but obviously they're not going to be as good. That's the reason why they're marksmen and not experts. That's the reason why the people that you're talking about are or reserves and not starters. There's a reason for that. So
marksmen, they may not be able to hit the target on the first try, but they still gonna hit that target.
But the first try is gonna be necessary when you get to the Baltimores and the Raiders and the Bengals. It's gonna be necessary to hit that target the first try.
Well,
maybe not. Maybe not so much in the Lions or even the Broncos coming in, but for sure when you play the Bengals and the Ravens and whoever the Packers on Christmas Day, you're gonna need to hit that target the first time.
But that's why you get them healthy. Right now, our next 5 games, we got the Broncos. I feel like we should win that. Depending on the health of the team at these next 10 days after our mini bye, we got the Steelers. That could go either way. The Bengals, that could go either way, but I feel like if our defense step up, we could beat them. The Patriots, that could go either way, but I feel like we got the edge on them. The Lions, we could beat them. And then we go to the Ravens and then a bye week. I feel like these next 5 games, I feel like we should be able to get 3 to 4 wins out of these next 5.
That's what we talked about yesterday. Going 3-2 or going 3-3 is not going to do any good.
No, we need 4 out of 5. We need 4 out of these next 5.
Case has to be pretty much perfect, and I don't know if he's capable of playing perfect football.
We still got a lot of weapons around us. We're missing Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb.
We don't know if Jarvis will be back tomorrow.
He's coming back. If he don't play this game, he'll still be back for Pittsburgh. You still got Donovan Peoples-Jones. You still got Hollywood Higgins. You still got Hooper. You still got Njoku.
And Hooper ain't
still got Harrison
Bryant. And Njoku hurt.
I got a question. Going into week 6, the Cleveland Browns had the 28th ranked passing offense in the NFL. Your starting quarterback is out. What makes you think that that's going to improve with your starting quarterback out?
This one is healthy. The other one wasn't.
Okay. That can help with accuracy purposes. I could see that. Okay. Yeah, Baker ain't been good since the first game, and you pretty much got a shoulder that's slipping out at a whim at this point. So we need him, but like Willie said, I'm worried about tomorrow's game, but I'm also worried about the games thereafter as well, because it's just not looking good if you don't got Baker and half of your defense is injured as well and out. So
let us get to 4-3, and I will go to Baker's house and rub him down with some of this. What my mama call it? Inkers. I got a little bit of that. Pop his shoulder back in place, and we're going to be all right. Just let us get to 4-3 and let us worry about the rest of it.
I don't want you getting arrested first and foremost.
I'm not going to get arrested. Me and Baker, we see eye to eye.
For stalking.
And I'm not stalking him. I hit him up on IG.
You did?
Yeah.
He ain't block you?
No, he ain't. Why would he block me? It's me.
He good at blocking people, especially people in the media.
If I tell him how I feel and we talk about it and we get this understanding, we're going to be all right. I'm gonna tell them don't ever throw another flag in the state of Ohio again or anybody's state.
And I was just about to say that. I was just about to say somebody needs to go grab an Oklahoma Sooners flag, bring it to Baker, and let him plant it in on the 50-yard line at First Energy Stadium, and that will be good enough for him to get back.
Yeah, if his arm don't pop out while he try to plant it.
No, he'll be fine. He'll be fine if he can do that. Get him some wish. Get him some wish.
I just don't see this shoulder. I see this being something that he's not going to be able to get through the year, and he's going to need surgery on.
Rub some oil on
it. That's what I see from this shoulder.
Here's a couple comments out there on social media. Anthony Price says the Browns are going to win by 6. If the defense steps up, it's going to be an easy win. I don't know about that. George has chimed in and said that the bye week is week 13. That's 6 weeks away.
Oh
and then Anthony Price says again, why don't the Browns sign, or why didn't they sign a different quarterback if they don't believe in Case? I don't know if they don't if it's that they don't believe in Case, I think Case and Baker are essentially the same type of quarterback.
So they have limited scrambling skills, average athletic ability. They got cannons for arms. Accuracy, Baker's accuracy isn't there. Are we blaming the injury on that? So I guess we can. So the worst parts about Baker, if Case Keenum possesses them and those actually come through, we're screwed.
We're gonna win. We're gonna win.
I hope so, man. I hope so because I hate the Broncos.
Me too. You know we hate them.
I saw the Minneapolis Miracle. Y'all remember it. We're gonna win.
That was Case Keenum that threw that?
Yes.
Okay. No.
The Miracle Minneapolis.
Yes. Kevin Stefanski was the quarterback coach. We're gonna win.
All right, we're going to take a quick break right quick. We'll come back with some Browns talk. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. We'll be right back.
Police Commission. Have you, a friend, or family member had a recent interaction with a Cleveland police officer? The Cleveland Police Commission is asking for feedback. If you live, work, or visit the city of Cleveland, the commission is asking for you to share any experiences that you or someone you know have had with policing in Cleveland in a short survey. A link to the online survey can be found on the commission's website at clecpc.org. The survey asks about policies and procedures, but most importantly, it asks about police interactions with the community. Feedback from the survey will help the commission to know if the Cleveland community has noticed the changes made in police training as required by the consent decree. Please submit your feedback by Sunday, October 31st. Visit the commission's website at clecpc.org for a link to the online survey or call 216-505-5920 for more information. We want to thank you for the time you take to complete the survey. Your input is a valuable measure in helping to co-create public safety in our neighborhoods. The community's voice, your voice, is what matters most when evaluating police reform.
This message is brought to you by the Cleveland Community Police Commission and WOVU 95.9 FM. Our Voices United, Burton Bell Carr Community Radio.
Welcome back to Her in the Huddle with Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports.
All right, welcome back to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. Remember, you can always listen to us on the internet at WOVU.org. You can always give us a call to join the conversation at 271-0959. And also, don't forget to download that WOVU app so you can take us with you on the go. And also, we are on StreamYard, so you can watch us live. You can get at us, make some comments. We enjoy interacting and feeding back with you. Willie is reading off the comments, so we appreciate that, Willie. What are you doing?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Willie doing a happy dance because I think he thinks that we're going to win tomorrow. So he's doing a happy dance for us. So we appreciate that.
Yo, one of my homies, man, all the way from Louisiana, has chimed in. Stephen McLeod says, we went to high school together. We were teammates in high school and middle school basketball. He says Denver by 3. Long road ahead for the Browns. I don't know about the Denver by 3 part, but it could be not maybe a long road, but it's going to be a winding road for Cleveland going ahead. It doesn't feel right to me.
I don't know when Baker's coming back. I don't think 10 days is enough for the shoulder injury.
He might be done for the year.
And I'm thinking the same thing too. I mean, your shoulder continuously popping out. How many sacks can you take? How many knockdowns can you take?
As many as when you getting paid $1 million a day.
How many shots can you take? Or those shots eventually wear off?
You want that $40 million, won't you? How bad?
But when you do that too, Rachel, not only do they wear off, all that does is create long-term structural damage.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I just had an appointment yesterday with my orthopedic because my knee is acting up. And one of the things she was like, she gave me a couple options and she was like, you can have this shot, but all it's going to do is do more damage over time if I get the shot. Well, I'm like, well, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So shooting these players up and stuff like that to avoid this pain right now is only going to make things worse later, and his career will be cut short. Because when she was like, well, it's going to get worse if I give you the shot. I'm like, well, but the pain, but I'd be relieved of pain. I'm like, well, why would anybody choose that?
Unless, I don't know. I don't get it. It's not anything that if I were Baker Mayfield, I would not agree to something like that because he ain't got his big money yet.
Yep.
And it's really in jeopardy. Well, it's not really in jeopardy, but he probably was going to get that $38 to $41 million a year range anyway. But if he's out for the year, oh my God. And this is his 5th year, right? Or 5th year is next year.
4th. This 4th.
So they have picked up the 5th year option, though, right?
Yes.
Yes. That's what I thought. Okay, but yeah, they're not going to negotiate. The negotiations will not really commence again until the off season after the 2022 season, and that will be a shame.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But one thing we talked about as well is that's not that guy, so they not married to him. I know Cleveland Kate says they married to Baker, but they didn't draft Baker. So I don't know necessarily how much they married to him and how much of a future if he's a quarterback to get it done for them.
It's a long engagement.
Yeah, I just don't know at this point. And then this injury, and this is, a season in which, he going for that big contract, and the way he was playing, he wasn't playing big contract play. So, I think it's just going to be very, very interesting to see how this all plays out. Willie, why does this always happen to us? Why can't we ever have nice things here? Why do the bad things have to happen to us? This team came in completely healthy going into the season, had a great preseason. We went 4-0 in preseason, right?
Nothing comes easy.
2-0.
3-0.
Oh, 3-0. I keep forgetting. But yeah, and procedurally, everybody was healthy coming into the season. And then what? 2-3 games in? I know, 2-3 games in. And remember last year how nobody had a preseason, so everybody was getting hurt the first few games. So now you're seeing everybody start to get hurt, and it's just for us. It's catastrophic and devastating to what we're trying to do because you saw this team on the cusp of something great. They came out offensively and, their defense didn't play that great against Kansas City, but you're like, oh my God, okay, we can see this. Here we go. We almost won this game. We lost. We had a double-digit lead. The Browns can only blame themselves. Then they came out. Who did we play after that? The Bears, 9 sacks. They looked great. And then who did we play after that? We didn't play the Chargers. We played... Can't remember off the top of my head.
It was the Texans, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Texans. Yeah, and then we were looking great, 3-1, looking great. And then we played the Chargers, looking great in that game. Unfortunately, defense was the Achilles heel. And then now everybody hurt. Everybody hurt after the Chargers game. I don't know if we exerted too much energy or what, but it's just kind of crazy to me how everybody's just going out all at once. And you have a team that's depleted, and there's nothing good that's going to come out of that. And Marshawn, I know you are being optimistic and you're trying your best to look on the bright side, but, this is about statistics and analytics. And right now, the analytics on this is not looking good, man.
I believe it.
I've already resigned myself to the fact that we won't make the playoffs.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. But that's where I'm at right now, personally.
Was you feeling like this last year?
No,
3 weeks ago, that statement would have sounded crazy.
I still feel like it's crazy now.
3 weeks ago, if you would have said to me 3 weeks ago, I'm worried about the Browns not making the playoffs, I'd have looked at you and said you won't crack.
Well, tomorrow's game was going to be a turning point anyway, but because it's a must win, your back's against the wall, you have to win. So yesterday's game, even before the news dropped today, was a must win, backs against the wall, and this can turn your season because you don't want to go 3-4 because that hill gets greater decline as you try to make the playoffs. But now with Case Keenum starting and no Baker Mayfield, it's just all to the bad. And then we just in week 6. What's to say who else gonna get injured later? What other key person gonna get injured later? You had OBJ for 3 games, and now he might be out again. We don't know if he's playing tomorrow. He's questionable.
So what we need to do? Wrap these players in bubble wrap. That's the game. It's football. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna have to get somebody to step up.
Yeah, but everybody hurt all at once, so that's a part that hurt.
It's crazy how teams like Baltimore can lose players and players step up and do their job, and
because they used to winning and they used to quality system.
That happen here?
Because we only won once.
That's somebody need to get fired. Then if you don't know what you're doing, if you can't build a team if you can't build a culture where you don't need. I mean, if your starters go down this next man up, then why are you here? Why are you coaching this team?
I'm willing to accept the excuse right now that the reason why this team is losing is because of injuries. I will give them that. I had to get at to the Cleveland Guardians because their whole starting rotation was down pretty much for the entire season. So you gotta look at what is real life and put in front of you. They hurt. This team is hurt already, and every win counts in this league. To be able to, home field advantage is gone. The division is gone. Baltimore running away with it.
They're not actually running away with it because the Bengals, I don't care what people say about the Bengals are a much improved team. And that kid, Joe Burrow, Ohio's own Joe Burrow, he had to go to Louisiana to win the championship, but that's cool. Look, the Bengals ain't going anywhere. They got one of the best running backs in the league that nobody talks about. And Marshawn, let me go back to you real quick because I had to pull the schedule back up. Over the next 6 games, Denver, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati at Cincinnati, New England at Foxborough versus Detroit at home. Then Sunday night at Baltimore. The Browns cannot afford to go 3-3, dude. They can't do it. And the game that I see that's really like 85% winnable is against the Lions.
Yeah, because we got to contend with the Bengals, and they ain't no joke this year.
Ain't no slouch.
That's good, but the Bengals back end defense, if we could pass the ball around, we'll be fine. I'm not worried. I'm not worried.
But okay, I mean, and that's cool to not be worried. But I think that Rachel and I are on the side of not saying that you're not being real, but looking at this franchise is not used to being in this position, dealing with this type of an adversity, having to shake back from this. An era where every team in the division is just as good or better than they are. And you can say what you want about Big Ben. Juju Smith-Schuster's out for the year. Their offensive line, yeah, it's a turnstile, but that dude they got in the backfield, that dude is a man. And they still have some good weapons on the outside. And their defense, look, I'm going to blow y'all mind real quick. If you ask me right now, what team is better, Pittsburgh or Cleveland? I got to go Pittsburgh, man.
I love you, Willie, but you might need to go get drug tested.
No. I'm gonna tell you why. Look at it from a room standpoint. Who would you rather have, Ben or Case? Look at the running back room. Who would you rather have right now? Who would you rather have, Najee or who the Browns have?
I'd rather have Case.
The wide receiver room. Claypool, Thompson, Washington. I know y'all got the big names with OBJ, but he's not OBJ. And Landry is still out. I'm taking the Pittsburgh wide receiver room. In any room on defense, I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's why I say they are a better team right now.
Yeah, because the wide receivers, you still trying to, have them mature and, what's that word I'm looking for? Develop them.
Mm-hmm.
But they ain't here just yet. You know, they raw.
So
And,
you're right,
you know,
Marshawn. You're right, Marshawn. Kevin Stefanski is gonna have to show why he was the coach of the year. He's gonna have to do that now.
I agree. I mean, that's why you paid the big bucks. You know, you gotta will out a win tomorrow. You gotta earn. This gotta be the first one that Stefanski actually earns. I don't think he's earned a real win right now.
He also has to do it by out coaching as well, his opponent.
Right.
And I don't know if he's capable of that, because I don't know if he's going to play call to, you know, he probably will play call to the strengths of Case, you know, but will he play call to the strengths of everybody else? You know,
it would suck to lose to Pat Shermer.
Yeah,
it would suck to lose to a former head coach. Probably would throw the red. Yeah,
Pat Shermer was the head coach in Cleveland.
Yeah,
when
one season, mid 2000s.
Was he interim?
No,
they hired him.
One season.
Pat Shermer.
We was doing a lot of one and dones back then. A lot of one and dones.
I hate it for Cleveland, man. I really do, because, man, never has a team been so close, but yet so far.
Listen, we winning on tomorrow. We're winning tomorrow. I'm not taking nothing for. I'm not taking no for an answer. We're winning tomorrow. You have the head. You got the coach of the year. You got Case Keenum. You got the Minneapolis Miracle. Going to win tomorrow. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna tell you like I tell some of the people on Twitter, man. I ain't trying to hear what you talking about, man. We winning tomorrow.
Well, we're gonna be down there on assignment tomorrow, so me, Marshawn, and Cleveland Cape. So we'll be at the game. So
okay, cool. That's a bet.
So yeah,
I'm gonna FaceTime Willie and just show him the scoreboard. Duh. And then I'm gonna hang up on him and say, duh.
Why he doing that to me, Rachel? Didn't I say that tomorrow's game was not the game to be worried about?
I don't feel like you got the face.
Why you want to hang up on me? I'm agreeing with you.
Because I don't feel like you got the faith, man. You got the. Hey,
I don't have the faith. I feel like tomorrow is the game we should be worried about. I feel like it is. Right. We have to get through tomorrow. Our season is on the line with this game.
No.
Yeah, it is. It is, because it's only going to get worse from here. We got Murderers Row coming up soon. It only gets worse from here with all the injuries that we have. So I feel like our season is on the line. This is a make or break. But we got to take a quick break right quick. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. We'll be right back.
I'm News Director Trey Modlin. The Browns will start quarterback Case Keenum tomorrow night against the Denver Broncos. The team ruled out Baker Mayfield, who re-aggravated the torn labrum in his left shoulder. Starting running backs Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt will also be out with calf injuries. Statuses are unknown for wide receivers Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr., as well as tackles Jedrick Wills and Jack Conklin. Cuyahoga County Council voted yesterday on the renovation of Progressive Field. At $202.5 million, this renovation is one step closer to final approval. This is part of the 15-year, $435 million lease agreement for the Guardians through the 2036 season. The Greater Cleveland Sports Hall of Fame welcomed 4 new members last night. Former Cavaliers players Larry Nance Sr. and Zydrunas Ilgauskas, golfer Ben Curtis, and the late media personality Les Levine. The Cavs will begin their season tonight in Memphis at 8 o'clock. Dean Wade is
down talk next?
And Dylan Webber is out.
Then we can close out with the Cavs.
I'm News Director Trey Modlin.
With what?
We can close out with the Cavs prediction
with the first
close
lady
the
of
show out.
sports,
With the
Rachel
Cavs
Hill.
prediction?
Yeah. I mean, not Cavs, Browns.
Welcome back to Her in the Huddle with Rachel Hill, the first lady of sports.
All right, welcome back to Her and the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. This is your girl, Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports. Make sure you keep on hitting us up on StreamYard. Willie will read your comments since he can see those. And we kind of touched upon the division a little bit because I wanted to talk about the NFC North. And I think Willie and Marshawn, we all did a good job of highlighting that about where everybody's at, about how Cincinnati is looking, Pittsburgh and Baltimore right now. Baltimore is running away with things at 5-1 and has no signs of slowing down. So the division goes through Baltimore. But hey, we got to talk about some NBA action. The Cleveland Cavaliers are in action tonight. Last night, the Lakers versus Golden State Warriors. Brooklyn versus Milwaukee. Willie, you said you had something you had to get off your chest about the Lakers game. Willie, did you stay up for that game?
Stayed up till about the third quarter.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, they asking for a lot. They asking for a lot.
When games start that late.
Yeah, I mean, it's 9:30, here, 10:30 there.
Yeah.
And it's only 7:30 in California. Really?
Right, yeah.
But no, I got the evidence proven to me why I so hated the trade for Russell Westbrook. He cannot shoot. He cannot be on the floor with LeBron James.
Oh.
He can't. What is that going to do to the floor? It's going to clog up the floor because, LeBron can hit some threes, man, but LeBron can't be the point forward, the facilitator of the offense, and the playmaker and the shooter. Yeah, Russell Westbrook was a bad trade, man. And I heard some stuff today about them possibly having Russell Westbrook come off the bench.
Oh, wow.
Yo, if that happens, I actually think it would be good for the Lakers. But will Russell Westbrook agree to that if he really wants to win a championship? Look, this is my thing about players that are past their prime. And if you are so dead set on winning, it seems like to me you would do whatever it needs to be done for you to win a championship. Because it ain't always about the starters, how you finish. So if you come off the bench with the second unit and are the best player on your squad, you're going to get the touches that you require there. And then on top of that, you could be very well going up against the second team most of the time for the other side. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, man, because Russell Westbrook is not going to all of a sudden just start hitting shots from the outside. We haven't seen it in 11 years. We're not going to see it now.
Dang, he been in the league 11 years. It seemed like just yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a long time. Willie, what say you, man? I didn't catch the game last night. I was in La La Land.
Oh, me?
So, I mean, Marshawn.
I mean, everything Willie must have been reading like my phone or something. Everything you pretty much said, I agree with. Like,
and y'all watched it to the same point.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I knew something was wrong when you're looking at the box score and you see LeBron and AD the only two double figures. They don't have anybody. People understand, man. I was saying this earlier. It's only two type of players that can play with LeBron. Somebody that can create his own offense off ball. Somebody that can stand in the corner and wait for LeBron to get him the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
And Russell Westbrook ain't either. Russell Westbrook can create, but he ain't that high volume shooter that could just come off the bounce and get a shot. He got to get a set shot where he's feeling it.
So what is his role going to be then? Or they still trying to figure that out?
So he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to. One or two things. He either can't be on the court with LeBron at the same time, and it's him and AD, or he gonna have to run with the second unit or run with some shooters. Because him and LeBron can't. Him and LeBron both need the ball in there. So how can you? What can you do? Run a pick and roll with each other? That's really not going to be helpful, because teams are going to fall back off of it and make you shoot. So I don't know. I'm expecting probably Lakers around trade deadline or buyout market to pick up another shooter because they really need it. You know, probably let go of one of the two, Dwight or DeAndre Jordan. You know.
So are y'all pretty much saying that LeBron and Russell Westbrook are the same player?
Yeah,
Same
I said that when the trade happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said that when the trade happened.
So the best shooter.
So when you look at their lineup, okay, in their depth chart, Carmelo Anthony, he can shoot it. Kent Bazemore, I mean, he's has a nice mid-range game. Wayne Ellington is who they really expected to carry the load as far as being that guy that can shoot the rock. Rajon Rondo has never been a shooter. Kendrick Nunn, I don't know enough about. Malik Monk, I mean, this ain't the SEC and this ain't Kentucky. DeAndre Jordan, I don't even think he played last night.
Yeah, why did Melo start? Melo wasn't in the starting lineup.
Man, what can Melo do? Why would you start Melo? You start Melo, you losing that score off the defense. Yeah. That's why they had Kent Bazemore out there, because Kent can knock down a shot. Kent can knock down a shot. His brother Kent and both. I know we off topic a little bit. Kent and his brother some ballers, but they don't really have. They don't have.
Trevor Ariza is on the injured list, or what do they call it in the NBA?
He's still in the league.
Yeah, but he can shoot it from the outside. He can shoot from the outside. So when you look at it from the standpoint of Ellington, Carmelo, and Ariza, those are three probably 30 to 35 or 35 to 38% shooters from 3-point range. That's good enough. That would be good enough for this team. But what's Russell Westbrook, dude? Nah, this is not a good fit, man, at all.
So him and Carmelo Anthony should run the second team then.
I believe they should both run the second team.
Okay.
Because you put Carmelo on the floor with Russell. Russell can play make, and Carmelo can do it all. He can spot up. He can post up. He can hit the mid-range. I mean, he can still do all of that stuff. But with a player like Russell Westbrook, who puts his head down and just goes to the basket, opening up the outside, that is where Carmelo Anthony could really, really eat. I mean, I'm talking about eating lobster and shrimps and steaks. I ain't talking about no spam.
I've never had that. I've never had that in my life.
Yeah.
What, spam?
That's in Texas.
Spam is a delicacy in Hawaii.
Is it?
Yes.
It doesn't sound appetizing at all.
It's not.
Yeah, well, they love it out there. I mean,
have you had it before?
Yeah, I grew up on spam.
Told you it's in Texas.
What did it taste like?
Spam. No, man, I grew up when I was growing up in Louisiana. I grew up on it. I didn't grow up in Texas. I've been in Texas for only 20-something years.
He's saying that like that's just a couple of days. I've been in Texas 20-something years. That's a long time.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't grow up on spam in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Marshawn, you had spam before?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even have spam when we lived in Oakland.
What y'all eat out there in the Bay Area? All the seafood?
Seafood.
Yeah, it's a lot of seafood out there.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, a lot of seafood out there.
Sea critters.
I feel for some lobster right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But yeah, really quick to go to break. Milwaukee Bucks versus the Brooklyn Nets. I was about to say New Jersey Nets.
Brooklyn need Kyrie.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Kyrie pretty bad.
Yeah, they got dusted up.
That offense looked pretty stale without Kyrie.
Yeah, man. But Kyrie, he a detriment to his team. He'll always be detriments to his team, no matter what team he on. Yeah, man. He like poison.
No.
That boy is poison.
Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie.
Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie.
Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all got it wrong about Kyrie. Y'all
It's serious. Yeah. But Kyrie's team need him, and Kyrie don't care. So Milwaukee Bucks will be coming out of the Eastern Conference again. Who else gonna come out?
Brooklyn.
DJ Chris Styles has something to say.
Brooklyn.
Hold on.
Oh, he coming in here. He coming in. Come on, have a seat.
I thought we were going to break.
All right, we're about to go to break anyway. We'll be right back. You listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. We'll be right back.
I am not about to say the Cavs is going to.
Don't say no Kyrie slander.
Why you say you don't care?
Because if he cared, he'd be out there with his team.
With gospel
So you force him to get a vaccine?
Yeah,
No,
I
that's
believe.
not caring.
I believe in
That's
forcing
wrong.
people.
No,
I believe in mandates
no,
and forcing people at this point.
You sound like Charles Barkley.
Yeah, you sound like a Republican.
I'm not.
Force
I'm not. But I need him to be out
Like
there.
Charles
You have
Barkley.
to be out there. You got to make a personal decision.
His team suck without him.
Okay, that's me. He
Every
doesn't care.
I mean, I don't play for the net. I mean, the net.
He doesn't care because he doesn't care because the team is going to get a vaccine. He cares for himself, his body.
We all alive. We got the vaccine. We all just fine. He'll be fine too, like everybody else who done got it.
You don't know that?
Yeah, I do.
I just seen my doctor today. I've been having spasms in my arm.
That's because you old.
I was gonna say, yo, I start having it after I got those 2 vaccines. You know what my doctor said? That's what it is.
95.9 FM. Our voices united.
You like 1 out of a million.
No, because he said, nah, that's not the first time somebody told me that. This is my personal doctor.
You had some spasms, Marshawn?
Huh?
You had some spasms? It might just be from you DJ spinning all the time. You do that repetitive move.
You sound like she's brainwashed. Don't you?
Man, forget
You
Carter.
sound like one of them.
All right, welcome back to Her in the Huddle,
You guys
WOVU
don't
95.9
It'll
FM.
be all right.
DJ Chris Styles saying I sound crazy because I said I believe in vaccine mandates and I believe the vaccine should be mandatory.
They're on that Charles Barkley stuff. Man.
Yeah,
That's what
man.
Charles was screaming yesterday.
Yeah, his team need him. He doing a disservice to his team.
What? They should have let him play high. Listen, here's my thing. Let me ask you, have you heard any news about Bradley Beal being vaccinated? And he was openly saying he don't want to take it. He said he's not taking it. But he was playing. He played last week against the Knicks.
Hold up. The situation with Bradley Beal and Kyrie Irving are two totally different situations. There's no vaccine mandate in DC.
Yeah,
but he still has to go play in LA and New York.
No, but you can play as a visitor. That's the whole thing. You can play as a visitor. So Bradley Beal and Kyrie's situations are totally different.
Yeah. The Nets was like, they don't want to deal with it, period, going through all that. Because they was willing to test him and all that other stuff. You know, before he was going to play in these games, they was willing to do whatever they needed to do. But I guess they said they was going to wash their hands because they feel like
that makes zero sense. You can play as a visitor, but you can't play if you're the home team. How much sense do that make?
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
States' rights.
So Kyrie should that furthermore tells you that Kyrie should stand his ground. If Bradley Beal can come from Washington D.C. to New York, Bradley Beal can travel everywhere. He can travel all around and still be able to play and risk himself by not being vaccinated. But Kyrie can't. That makes zero sense. Because Bradley Beal already caught it.
That's not the NBA's decision, though, Marshawn. That's not the NBA. That's not even the Nets or the Wizards. That is the city of New York. And so do you think, as a business, that the Brooklyn Nets are going to go against a mandate in their city by letting one of their employees break what the rule is? Do you think they would reasonably do that? No, they're not going to do that. So it's
in that ring, I would.
No, but what kind of precedent would you be setting if you do that? You're a business. You are a multi-billion-dollar
business. private business as well. So you can kind of do things however you want to do it as well.
Yeah, but you can't get away from a citywide mandate.
Yeah.
I mean, really? As a
It's
business,
a state mandate, ain't it? Ain't it
no,
the
it's
state?
just the city. It's just the city. But think about it. I mean, if you are the CEO, okay, I am the CEO and creator of the Shakeback Media Group, and if I'm conducting business in Texas, and they tell me in my city there's a mask man or there's a vaccine mandate, do you think I'm gonna really give up potentially my livelihood as well as being able to provide for my family because of one person? No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. And again, people can say what they want about the mandate, if it's right to mandate or if it's not right to mandate. That ain't even the argument. Nobody is even saying anything about Kyrie having the right to make a choice. But dude, you understand that there are consequences to whatever choice you make, whether you play or not play. If you play and get the vaccine, there's the consequence of you potentially going out there and getting hurt again, like we can count on you doing throughout the NBA season. That's a consequence. If you choose not to get the vaccine, guess what? You can't play. And then the Nets went further and said, well, no, he's not going to be a part-time player. I wouldn't do it either. As from a business standpoint, no way. No.
Yeah, Kyrie always hurt anyway, too.
But
your mic is on.
But I think Kyrie's content with that, though. Like, but for people to say that he's selfish and he doesn't care is absolutely wrong. He cares about his own self and his body. That's what you're supposed to do. And this is dire. This is bigger than just playing in the NBA game so everybody else can feel good that their NBA team is going to win.
But his body will be fine, and his doctors have already talked to him about that.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It's still a personal thing. It's still a personal thing. Just like when we get more research on autism, it is parents out there not giving them kids vaccine because they think the vaccine contributes to giving kids autism.
But that's what they think. I'm talking about facts.
This is what I'm saying, though. But that's the same thing, and so they're not doing it because they're doing the best for what they think for their children's body. It's the exact same thing. So he's doing the best with his body. He knows everything going in, what's going down. You don't see him complaining and saying, well, I still want to go out there and play. He just say, I know the consequences. I know what's going in. He said, this not at this moment. I got to figure out if I want to make this decision or not. And he has the right to take as much time as he's want to make that decision. It is his right. It is his right after all these years of playing basketball, all these slave hours he had in the gym, working out. You work to get to the point so you were able to make those decisions. He's not a slave to anybody because you work to get to a spot. We all right here, we're trying to make it in this business, right? To a point where we don't be a slave to anybody, where we're able to make our own decision to walk on or walk away we want to. That's same for me. I'm independent of everything I'm trying to do. So if I don't want to do something, I'm able to make that decision. I don't want to do it.
And that's
you get to that point.
And DJ Crystal, that's cool because nobody is debating the decision or the right to make a decision. That's not what it's about.
Right.
That's not what it's about.
Some people are making it that decision. Some people are making it like he needs to be out there. He's selfish. No, that's not selfish. That's let me make a decision. He's not complaining about it. He's not saying anything else about it.
Well, whether somebody is saying it's selfish or not is really just an opinion. It shouldn't even matter. It's just an opinion. So I could care less about the opinion. The matter of the fact is this: is that if you go to work, you get paid. If you don't go to work, guess what? You're not gonna get paid. But if you decide not to go to work, not only your family could call you selfish. You know, your coworkers and your colleagues could call you selfish because they need you. But you have the right to make that decision. And the decision that you make is not that. It is the consequences of whatever the said decision is made. So
he
the
knows
bottom
that, though. He knows that. That's what I'm saying. He never said he didn't know the decision. Like that's what everybody keeps saying the consequences. He knows that. And if he's content with it, why are we worried about it? But that, like everybody keeps saying, well, it's consequences. He knows that. He said it himself. I
think people are coming in from the angle of, he wants to have his cake and eat it too. And with Kyrie, that's somewhat true because, last year the pandemic hit, and NBA, they were off for 10 months. So 2 weeks into the season, Kyrie says, I need a break. Wait, what? You making $31 million a year to play basketball. And this ain't even got nothing to do with the vaccine. This has to do with the type of decision that Kyrie makes. So before the vaccine even came into play, he was doing what he's doing now.
Kyrie being Kyrie.
That's fine. He can do that. You got to that level so you are able to do.
But what about your team?
That is what you are able to do. If he wants to take a break because he wants to take a mental break or he wants to he can do that. He can do that. He is the entertainment. We keep forgetting this is called entertainment business, right? When he filed his taxes or whatever, and I'm pretty sure he done it, he is made himself as an isolated business. You're allowed to do that because you are the talent. You're allowed to do that.
Yeah, but the thing is that
you're right. To anybody to that level.
You're right. He is allowed to do it. But if I'm doing that, I can't get mad at nobody because I made the choice to do this. So if Nets have a rule in place, or if the city of New York has a rule in place, or if the NBA has a rule in place, and I decide to do what the rule do opposite of what the rule is, that is my choice. But I can't get mad at the NBA. I can't get mad at the Nets. I can't get mad at the city of New York.
I agree. But he has not been said that he was mad at them. That's the key. Everybody keeps saying that's what Kyrie said. We don't know what Kyrie said. He been yet to say he was upset about it. And we keep assuming that is what he's upset. And it is absolutely not. I haven't seen anything to come out of his camp.
I think he just don't care. He just don't care.
Because he hasn't said anything about it?
I don't think he cares.
That is what he's shown us. That is what he's
shown.
He won't even come back to Cleveland and play a game in Cleveland, man.
Why would he? Why should he?
Because he hit the shot here that gave us the title. Why not?
Y'all don't show him that y'all
individual things is different from one another. You can't lump nothing together. And that's the problem I have with people in society now. And we can blame it on the time they're in now. We assume, we think this is no, he haven't said one word. If he was all over the internet and Instagram, we see
he did come out with a video.
He did, but he said everything you just said. He just said, I understand the consequences. Everybody keep assuming something. They said something from my camp. Nobody said anything from his camp. He haven't said anything else but that video. And that's it.
He doesn't even have to say anything. The fact that he's not there or the fact that he is anti-vax says everything.
And
he ain't got to say nothing. Yeah,
hey,
and right.
Hey, that's fine if he is. And that's fine. We should not be working. That's fine if he is. That's what he is, that is absolutely fine. That is, we should not say, well, it's consequence to it. He knows that.
All right. We got like a minute. We got a minute left. So if the Nets suck, they suck. What's y'all Browns predictions for tomorrow?
Freaking lose.
Oh.
27-17 Cleveland Browns. Dub. Get them out of here tomorrow.
Willie, what say you? Your Cleveland Browns prediction for winning?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give him the victory for tomorrow.
What, Willie? Really? What do you?
He picked us to lose the past 2 games. You've been right. You've been right.
Willie,
so Willie said we're gonna win. We're gonna win.
Willie said he's worried about tomorrow.
No, I didn't say that. You said that. I said I'm worried about the games after tomorrow. Oh my God!
Oh man!
Well, don't play telephone with me ever because I might get the message wrong.
You're a smart guy. You're a very smart guy. Highly intelligent guy. I'm
giving us the W as well. I think it's going to be more of a lower scoring game, so I'm going to go 28-25. The spread is 3.
That ain't low scoring.
Yeah, score enough. The offense ain't going to be able to do nothing.
That's not low scoring. That's 4 touchdowns.
That's low scoring to me.
Low
I'm
score.
good with that.
Okay.
But we'll see. That's why they play the game, so we'll know after tomorrow. So for
Will y'all FaceTime me when y'all get there, please?
Okay, we will. For Willie, for Marshawn, for Rachel, for DJ Chris Styles, you have been listening to Her in the Huddle, WOVU and 95.9 FM, and we